You've walked past it hundreds of times while picking up groceries or electronics. A locked, windowless door, usually guarded by a keypad and a simple sign reading "Employees Only." Most shoppers glance at these doors and assume they hide nothing more interesting than mop buckets, broken display racks, or overflow inventory. Behind that boring exterior, Walmart maintains a hidden operational layer, one that exists in every location across the country, yet remains off-limits to the very people who work there. Walmart spends heavily to project a friendly, neighborly image, yet the current and former employees we spoke to are deeply afraid to go on record about what happens in the back of the store, citing fears of immediate retaliation or termination. The few retail workers who have caught a brief glimpse inside report seeing something entirely out of place for a discount superstore. They describe pitch-black rooms glowing with walls of surveillance monitors, blinking equipment, and floor-to-ceiling server racks. Anyone who accidentally walks through the wrong door or asks too many questions is instantly reprimanded by management, told in no uncertain terms to mind their own business. The intensity of this secrecy suggests these rooms serve a function far more sensitive than inventory. They are the tactical nerve centers of a massive corporate infrastructure. This hidden room serves as the central hub for one of the most sophisticated, real-time data collection networks on the planet. The data collection starts instantly. Facial recognition systems profile your face. Heat mapping technology tracks your physical foot traffic, logging exact movement patterns. AI behavioral analysis times how long you stare at a specific box, logging hesitation or interest. By stacking facial profiling, location tracking, and behavioral timing, the company turns a passive retail store into an active, real-time psychological testing ground. Multiply that microscopic tracking across over 2 million employees and millions of daily shoppers, and the sheer scale of the surveillance becomes staggering. Major tech and telecommunications giants have a long, documented history of quietly funneling massive amounts of private user data directly to federal agencies. In 2013, Edward Snowden leaked classified documents providing baseline proof of this corporate-to-government pipeline, exposing how deeply domestic surveillance networks rely on commercial data. Now consider the data stored inside their server rooms. They hold localized payment histories, daily physical location logs, and biometric profiles of millions. This covers a massive percentage of the American public. That massive volume of hyper-localized, real-world tracking is incredibly valuable to global intelligence operations looking to monitor domestic populations. Given the historical precedent of corporate compliance, these locked rooms likely facilitate extreme internal loss prevention and a pipeline for federal data collection. If tracking customers is a perfectly legal corporate practice, why do they go to such extreme lengths to keep the system invisible? Publicly admitting to biometric tracking and deep psychological profiling would trigger massive public backlash. Consumer trust would collapse, and shareholder value would plummet as people take their business elsewhere. There is also the reality of asymmetric power. Surveillance only works as an effective tool for behavioral control when the subject doesn't realize the full extent to which they are being watched. The door remains locked because the corporation's ability to extract maximum profit relies entirely on maintaining your illusion of privacy. You can actually spot these operational hubs if you know what to look for. Check the vaguely labeled doors near the back loading docks, especially if they have heavy clusters of security cameras pointed directly at the frame. Watch the staff. Employees will actively avoid those specific corridors or look visibly nervous if a customer lingers too close to the keypad. If you want to protect your information, use physical cash. This instantly breaks the digital tracking loop and prevents the store from tying your offline purchases to your broader digital identity. You can also actively demand corporate transparency. Depending on where you live, laws like the California Consumer Privacy Act legally mandate that companies hand over or delete your personal data upon request. Awareness is the first step to dismantling invisible systems of control. Once you know what's behind the door, the system loses its power. If you want to expose more hidden operations like this, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and stay curious.